My sister threw a tantrum at my son's birthday party because his cake wasn't gluten-free.
I can already tell you I hate this girl.
Yeah. A mom tried to fight me because I said her son couldn't pet my dog.
Seems like a reasonable thing. Don't get upset.
Yeah. Welcome back to Delve Deck Stories. Today we are reading some stories about entitled people. Let's jump into it. Our first story is from Tori. What is something you're still angry about? From the original deck. My mom destroyed my prom dress the night before prom. All right, and we're off to the races.
I just want to point out, I've never been to prom. I think it's overrated. So
you think it's overrated? It's so overrated. I didn't go because I was making a statement, not because no girls wanted to.
Dude, I was competing nationally for sports, so I was like, I was too cool for the prom, dude.
Oh, wow, competing nationally?
Yeah.
Like with your school?
No, you were
like a part of like a special league?
No, I was on a rowing team, a crew.
Oh.
But so it wasn't affiliated with my school.
All right, preppy. I grew up with a single mom who basically always acted like a teenager. She went out to party a lot. She wasn't around much. When I was in high school, she and I wore the same size clothes. So she often took my clothing without permission. This is like sister vibes.
This is also super unhealthy.
Yeah, boundaries. If I complained, she'd say, friends share.
But you're a mom and a daughter, so...
Okay, but we are not friends. You're my mom, and none of my friends help themselves to my clothes without permission. You just gotta ask.
Yeah, or buy your own clothes. I like that. Then go buy it.
I had a boyfriend senior year of high school. Gabe's jealous. Whoa, people wanted to go to prom?
Whatever, dude. Their loss.
You ever heard of crew?
Yeah, dude. You ever rode, dude? 8-man crew, 4-man crew, just stroking it up?
I had a boyfriend stroking it up?
Well, yeah, dude, you stroke. I mean...
I don't know that you were actually on crew.
All right.
That's what you say you were doing. All right. Anyway, I had a boyfriend senior year of high school, and we had plans to go to prom together. I worked at a shoe store in the mall, and the shop across from it had a dress I'd been wanting for prom. I saved up to buy it because it was $200, which was a lot of money for me as a teenager with a part-time job. It was a silky, pale pink fabric with an off-the-shoulder collar, and I felt so pretty in it. I bought it the week before prom and hung it in the back of my closet in case my mother saw it and tried to borrow it.
Why would you borrow a prom dress?
I don't know why you would, like, in what? This doesn't sound like just like a dress you just wear.
Yeah.
You don't just wear a prom dress. I've worn all of my prom dresses a total of one time.
I've worn all of my prom dresses a total of zero times.
Zero times. Oh. Well, I came home from work Friday evening, the night before prom. Mom was out, so I went to bed, assuming my dress was where I left it. When I woke up the next morning, I was excited to get ready for prom. I went to grab my dress from the closet, and it wasn't there. I found my mother in the kitchen, and I was like, Mom, did you take the pink dress that was in my closet? She goes, oh, the off-the-shoulder one? Yeah, sorry, I borrowed it. Did you need it right now? What was this dress? I want to see. There is no world. I know it's like silky, so maybe it was short, but I feel like I'm imagining like a gown.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Yeah, I don't know. Also, I just imagine any place would be out of place. If you're not at a
if you're not at a prom,
you're not at a gala, you're not at a prom, you're not at a wedding, you're not at some like quinceañera, like it's out of place.
Yeah, you're not wearing that. I was like, yeah, prom is tonight. That's my prom dress. She goes, oh, oops.
Oops, that was what I was wearing to your prom.
She's like, I'm going.
She's like, I'm going with... I really thought at the beginning of the story was going to be she ends up ruining her prom dress, but also going to prom with her boyfriend.
Wow, that would be crazy. What do you mean, oops? She goes, well, I wore it out last night and accidentally spilled a bit of wine on it, but don't worry, I took it to the cleaners this morning. Again, why are you wearing a prom dress? Where are you going?
Why?
I was furious. I was like, you spilled wine on it? You took it to the cleaners? What am I supposed to wear tonight? She goes, you can borrow one of my dresses. I was like, I don't want your dresses. I want my dress. She starts telling me I am being dramatic and that I could just wear something else. I was so pissed. I had spent all this money for this dress I wanted to wear this one night, and she found a way to ruin it for me.
Mom's got to go.
Yeah, get rid of the mom.
Just kick her out.
I called my boyfriend in tears, telling him I didn't even want to go to the prom anymore and that my mom ruined my dress. He came over and took me out for breakfast and listened to me bitch about my mom the entire time. Thankfully, my boyfriend was very sweet about the whole thing and offered to buy me a replacement dress, which he absolutely did not have to do. But he took me to the mall after breakfast, and the dress I wanted was out of stock in my size. He helped me find an acceptable last-minute replacement and paid for it since I did not have the budget for another dress. The replacement dress was okay, but not nearly as nice as the one I chose originally. It kind of soured my whole prom experience, even though I tried to make the best of it. I did not speak to my mother for the rest of the weekend. I was so furious. I got a half-hearted apology, but I am still resentful about it to this day. I feel like if you're the mom, like a half-hearted apology, I feel like if you're the mom, you should be like, oh wow, I really screwed up. I will go buy you a new prom dress.
Exactly.
Why is the boyfriend doing this?
Yeah, why? I mean, like, also sounds like a keeper, but the mom, again, she's got to go. She earned it, and the mom ruins it and goes, oops, my bad. Like, what did she think the dress was for? Other than some sort of like ballroom dance kind of.
You're not going out wearing this. Yeah. Wherever you were, you spilled wine on it.
You probably look like a damn fool.
Yeah, you're at some like classy wine bar. People are like, why is she wearing a gown?
Yeah, why is this woman wearing a prom dress?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw that at Windsor. Yeah. What is she doing wearing this dress? Our next story comes from Darren, and he's responding to what is something you're still angry about from the original deck. A mom tried to fight me because I said her son couldn't pet my dog.
Seems like a reasonable thing.
Yeah.
Don't pet my dog. Don't get upset.
Yeah. I am epileptic and have a service dog named Lucy. She's a beautiful Labrador and a great companion, but she is also trained to alert me if I'm about to have a seizure and will help keep me safe when one occurs. Lucy wears a service animal vest that very clearly states, do not pet. Despite this, people still approach her.
Can you read? It's really not that hard, guys.
I feel like people who have, like, if you have an emotional support animal and you need that, that's totally great. Yeah. But I feel like people have taken it to a level where now nobody respects service animals.
Yeah.
People like genuinely need these.
They perform a service.
Yeah.
To keep people alive.
One day I was at a coffee shop doing some work and I hear a little boy scream, "Puppy!" I look up and see him running up to Lucy, followed by his mother. I pulled Lucy a bit closer to me and said to his mother, sorry, she's a service animal. He can't pet her. Usually people will back off once I say this, but this mother looked me dead in the eyes and said, you don't look blind. You can't just like decide this. You can't tell that somebody's blind.
But also, is it like only blind people have service animals?
Yeah, there's other services.
She's like, I have epilepsy. You're blind. You're not blind. It's like, they're not the same thing. Like, I don't know if it says it on the dog or like, you know, sometimes it does like, I'm performing the service for whatever.
Yeah, that's not the service she provides, I responded. She glares at me and says, dogs are his favorite animal. Just let him pet her. It's not that big of a deal.
Whoop-de-doo.
The boy is now clinging to his mom, tears welling up in his eyes, going, Mommy, I want to pet the puppy. You don't get everything you want.
Yeah, I feel like this is a very important life lesson here.
Sometimes you have to respect people's boundaries, and sometimes you don't get to pet a dog.
And sometimes you end up looking like a crying little bitch. And your mother is crazy.
No means no. The mom is staring at me like I'm the devil. So I'm like, again, I'm really sorry, but she's working right now, and she needs to stay alert. He can't pet her. The mom just rolls her eyes and goes, working? It's a dog.
Okay, I don't come to your work and say, working? You're a human. Like, what am I?
You're a bitch. Yeah. So now I'm realizing there is no reasoning with this woman. I go, I'm actually very busy right now, so if you don't mind, I'm going to continue my work and turn back to my laptop, assuming if I ignore them, they will just go away. Nope. The woman reaches out and slams my laptop shut.
What are you doing? Why are you doing? Also, what example is she setting for her child?
Yeah, no, this kid is screwed.
Which is like, if you don't get what you want, you throw a tantrum and you throw it in public. You don't even have the conserved like conversation with like, hey, I understand. It would really be great if I could pet the dog. Oh, you can't pet the dog? Okay, great. Like knowing the boundaries, knowing the aspect of consent.
Yeah. "Are you serious right now?" I was shocked. Then she says, "It's selfish people like you who are making this world go to hell. You won't even let a child pet your dog. You make me sick. You are not entitled to pet somebody's dog."
It's people like you that ruin this for everyone else.
Yeah. So now I'm starting to lose my temper. "I'm selfish. Your kid doesn't get to just touch anything he wants. You need to teach him about consent." This really pisses her off. "You're pretending to be blind," she starts yelling back at me.
What? Where? What?
He's already said that's not the service his dog provides.
It's like I'm having a conversation. I can see you.
Yeah.
And like you can see me, like interacting
I
with you.
never said I was blind.
Yeah.
"You're pretending to be blind," she starts yelling back at me. "I'll punch you in the face right now to prove it."
I don't know how that proves anything. He's not blind. He's going to see it.
Blind people can't be punched in the face. It's impossible. I was like, "Are you seriously threatening to punch me?" And yeah, I'm not blind. I have epilepsy.
She doesn't have, this guy doesn't have to explain to this woman.
No, you don't have to
what
tell
the service
anyone
is, what your disability is.
Even if this dog wasn't a service dog, you should be able to tell people to not touch your dog, and they should respect that.
And the fact that she continues to complain about this, you gotta go.
The woman yelled a few more insults at me, saying she could totally take me. I was like, "Jesus, lady, I am not trying to get into a fight about this. Just leave." Finally, she yells, "Your dog isn't even that pretty."
Oh my God. It's like a guy who's been turned down. "You're not even that
you're
pretty.
not even that hot.
Dude, I was just talking to you because I felt bad for you."
That's exactly what this kid is going to grow up to be.
Yeah.
And grabs her son, who is now fully crying next to her, and leaves. I was completely shocked by how insane the whole situation was, but also very proud of Lucy for staying calm. Yeah, because you know what? First of all, this is a service animal. Don't pet her. But also a dog could freak out and be violent. You don't know what's going to happen. Don't.
The dog, the kid can step on the tail, can touch the dog the wrong way. Like any dog can flip out on you. And, And people like this they're gonna get people hurt. Like this is one of the people that just needs to be expelled from society and go live in the woods.
Go to Mars.
Yeah.
We'll sign you up. Our next story is from Kara. It's "What's something you're still angry about?" from the original deck. "My sister threw a tantrum at my son's birthday party because his cake wasn't gluten-free."
I can already tell you I hate this girl.
Yeah.
If she did actually have celiac, that would be something that her sister
would know
about, and she would already make accommodations for.
For his 7th birthday, my son wanted a cake from a bakery we often visit on the weekends. His dad and I usually take him out with us for walks around our neighborhood on weekends and often get him a treat at this bakery we pass on our route. He specifically requested a cake from them for his birthday party, so we of course obliged. My sister, who has always been a giant pain in the is often on some new diet kick she wants us to accommodate. There we go.
Bingo.
She claims she has various allergies, but I swear she makes things up just to be annoying. We invited her to our son's birthday party, and she asked if we could get gluten-free cake since she isn't doing gluten right now. I told her my son wanted a specific cake for his party, but I would make sure we had something for her too. She isn't doing gluten right now. That's not an allergy.
Yeah.
That's you making a choice. Fine.
She's like,
but you don't get to be entitled about it. Also, this is cake. It's not the main meal.
Yeah.
You don't have to have cake. You can just not eat cake. You'll be fine. Well, she shows up to my son's party and immediately starts bitching about things. She doesn't like that we had the party at a park on the other side of town from her because it took her an hour to get there. She doesn't like that we didn't bring more comfortable seating because the folding chairs and picnic benches aren't that comfortable. What? My sister is only 26, but acts like she is 80. I am older than her and thought the seating was fine. Park.
Also,
don't go if you're not going to like the environment. You don't have to come.
Yeah. If you're gonna complain about it, then don't come. Bring around like a chair pad or something. Sounds like you got a bony butt.
I grabbed a blanket I had from our car to create more of a cushioned seat for her, which seemed to shut her up temporarily. But the next thing she started whining about was that things on the table were not labeled by their ingredients.
You go to a birthday party, things are on a picnic table. What ingredients would you not know from just looking at them that have to be labeled?
Gluten, I guess.
Mustard. You've got condiments and stuff like that. Like, what else is going? Like salt, maybe pepper. I don't know.
Yeah. She goes, what if some of the other kids have allergies? How will they know what they can eat? I told her we already asked the other parents about that and no one had any particular allergies. I pointed out that we had chips, veggies and hummus, and potato salad that were all free of gluten that she could eat. We even got her gluten-free hot dog buns and she complained that we didn't get a burger bun option because you know I hate hot dogs.
Oh my, okay, look, for anyone out there watching, there's actually two solutions here.
Yes.
One, you take the hamburger, cut it in half, and then you put it in two separate buns. The other one, you take a hot dog bun, you open it up, and then in between, you put the burger, and then you remove the excess bread on there.
We can figure things out. It will be okay.
You can tear it. I mean, like, there's so many solutions to this problem.
There's
you
so
don't
many
need
solutions.
a burger bun
Also,
for a
you
burger.
could eat your burger without a bun.
And that's hella gluten-free.
Yeah. I actually did not know this, and I could see my husband getting visibly annoyed, so I felt like I had to spend the afternoon trying to keep the peace instead of focusing on the party. I ended up Instacarting some burger buns for my sister, hoping this would be the end of the whining, and she seemed to calm down for a bit. But once the cake came out, she lost her damn mind.
Oh, get
Girl,
over yourself.
chill out.
Nobody likes you. Not even your sister.
We sang happy birthday to my son and sliced cake and started passing around slices. My sister goes, this is gluten-free cake, right? Also, I'm pretty sure she told her off the top on the phone, like, the cake is already set, but we'll get you something else.
I would just be like, you know what? It is gluten-free. It is. The whole cake is gluten-free. And I guarantee she would eat it and she would not know any different.
I said, actually, we got a gluten-free cupcake for you, and handed her the cupcake we got specifically for her. She goes, I told you I'm gluten-free, so you got me this measly little cupcake while everyone else gets real cake? Cupcakes are great. Maybe
Cupcakes
even
are
better.
I prefer cupcakes over cake.
Maybe you got the better option.
Yeah.
Somebody went out of their way to even get you that. They didn't have to do that. At this point, my husband snaps. He's like, this is our son's birthday party. You have complained and made everything about you all day. We got a cupcake specifically for you to try to make you happy, and you're still not happy. If you don't like how we do things, just go home. My sister bursts into tears and throws the cupcake on the ground.
Oh my God. This woman is a baby.
You're a child. Now everyone is staring at her and my husband. I am surrounded by first graders, and the biggest baby here is my 26-year-old sister. Again, you are at your nephew's birthday party. Why are you making it about you?
Yeah. I mean, look, bring some alcohol. Sip on that. That's gluten-free.
Get drunk.
Just get drunk. You know what? I'm sure you have a much better time. But the fact that you are embarrassing your sister, brother-in-law, and your nephew at your nephew's birthday party says a lot about you.
Yeah. I was like, hey, let's go talk in private, and ushered my sister away from the party. She starts yelling at me about how we never consider her needs, and we have no idea how hard it is for her with all her health problems, and she is sick of feeling excluded by us. You aren't excluded. They got you so many things.
Yeah. She's like, oh, my health. What are you, bubble girl? Like, get on. Just no.
Then she goes on a tirade about how gluten isn't even good for people, and letting our son have a cake with gluten in it could cause him health problems too. She goes, you know, we probably have gluten intolerance in our family, and you're probably tired all the time because you eat gluten.
Oh, yeah. One piece of cake is going to be the thing that
All
brings
right.
this kid down.
At this point, I wanted to just get her to leave peacefully, so I stood there listening to her complaints, and when she finally seemed finished, I told her I was sorry she was disappointed, but today was really about our son, and we couldn't do any more to please her than we'd already done. I was furious, but I wanted to just wrap up this tantrum and get back to my son. I was not even going to address this nonsense about gluten being a problem for me and my son. My sister is literally crazy. Yes.
Yeah. I'm not even a doctor, and I already diagnosed her as crazy.
She ended up leaving in a huff before we opened gifts, and then sent me a text saying our son's birthday gift cost her $20 and she wanted to be reimbursed since she didn't even get to enjoy the party or get anything to eat.
I'm sorry,
What are
20
you talking
bucks?
about?
$20?
Yeah, I just feel like, who cares? You didn't get anything to eat. Yes, you did. You just chose not to. You had
Bingo.
plenty of options.
Yeah.
The text about the $20 was really the last straw for me. I ignored the text and have not spoken to her since then. This was several months ago. My husband says he never wants to see her again, but I'm sure we will see her at my parents' house for the holidays. She can go annoy the hell out of them with her demanding BS, but I am done inviting her to things and trying to accommodate her.
I would do the same. I probably wouldn't even lose a wink of sleep over it.
No.
Also, it sounds like this is probably like an ongoing issue. This isn't a first time.
No.
She grew up 26 years of that.
Yes. Our final story comes from Lindsay. It is, when is the last time you were proud of yourself, from the original deck? I worked up the courage to ban a terrible customer from the store I work at.
Sounds cool to me.
Great. I was recently promoted to general manager at a store that sells high-end women's clothing. Because of the customer base, we get our fair share of entitled shoppers. Usually it's just people getting mad about our return policy or being dismissive/rude, but every once in a while there is someone who takes it to another level. And then there is Lorraine. Lorraine was a regular shopper at the store. I first met Lorraine 4 years ago when I started as an associate manager. She would come in every Saturday and buy herself 7 new outfits for the week.
What is she doing with the other clothes?
What? When one of my coworkers told me this, I was like, no way, that has to be an exaggeration. It was not. I have no idea what she does with the old clothes or how she affords it, but she is always wearing something new. I was out on the sales floor, my 3rd day working there, when I heard someone yell behind me, "You." There's no reason why I would respond to "you," so I didn't turn around. She yelled it again, so I looked behind me to see who was yelling. "New girl, I want this shirt in lavender." She said, "Sorry, that one only comes in blue and green," I said with a smile. "Then you'll find me a lavender one in the back," she angrily responded.
Did she miss when they said, we only have
In blue and
Blue and
green?
green?
I feel like customers really do think that like the back is like a magical place. No, we don't have other colors in the back. She just stood there and glared at me saying nothing. "Sorry about that. Can I help you find something else?" I finally said. She started screaming at me and a manager rushed over to calm her down. I learned pretty quickly that there was no making Lorraine happy. You just had to roll with it.
No, you don't have to just roll with it. As we've gotten from the first part, you get 86th.
Yeah. Another time, I was stocking earrings and here behind me, "You know, you'd be prettier if you lost some weight." Why, Lorraine?
I'm sorry, Lorraine.
Why do you need to tell a random person that? At this point, I recognized Lorraine's voice and was prepared to see her every Saturday afternoon. "Excuse me," I responded. I was not in the mood that day. I was a model in the 70s, back when there were no fat people. I was beautiful. You could be beautiful too. You just need to lay off the sweets.
Cool story, Lorraine.
Cool story, Lorraine.
Really living in those glory
Yeah,
days.
the 70s. Lorraine was always going on about how she used to be a model, something we'd never been able to confirm despite Googling her name many times. "Thanks, Lorraine. I'll take that into consideration," I responded with a grimace. My first week at work after getting promoted, Lorraine came in on a Tuesday and threw a fit. She was trying to return a dress she had purchased on Saturday that had coffee stains on it. She was berating the cashier, telling them she hadn't spilled the coffee, and we had obviously sold it to her like that. So I came over to help. "Lorraine, you know we don't sell clothes with stains on them. I can't let you return this. One of you obviously threw your coffee on it after I bought it because you're jealous of me." She regularly said we were jealous of her. What do you
Lorraine's got
mean?
problems.
Lorraine, we both know that's not what happened. I want to talk to Mandy. She knows you're all out to get me. Mandy was another manager who was annoyingly nice to Lorraine. Mandy is on maternity leave. I want to speak to a different manager. I'm the only manager here. This place is going downhill. Why would they promote you? I won't shop here anymore.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Great, don't, I wanted to scream. She loved to threaten to never return, but unfortunately, she always did. That's always an empty threat.
Yeah.
Finally, Lorraine went a step too far. She came in on Saturday and was in a horrible mood. Sometimes when she came in, she was just rude, but other times she was looking for a fight. This was one of those days. She was in the maternity section and yelling about how she wanted a specific dress, but in her size. The sales associate kept telling her that this dress was for pregnant people and that we don't carry it in her size. Lorraine starts screaming about discrimination and that she's going to sue the store. That is not discrimination.
Against non-pregnant people? What if the store has certain things for certain people, that's not discrimination.
It's not discrimination. You can't.
Also, if you really want the dress so bad, buy the dress and get it tailored.
Yeah. Customers are staring at her, and a few quickly left the store. So now she's also losing us business. I'd had enough. I was the new GM. I had the power to ban people from the store. No one had stood up to Lorraine because she was a regular, but I'd had enough. It didn't matter if we lost her business. "Lorraine, if you keep yelling, I'm going to have to ask you to leave the store," I said confidently. You can't make me leave. Do you know how much money I spend here? Do you know who I am? I stood my ground. If you yell at me again, I am going to ask you to leave.
I don't care how much,
Yeah.
there's a certain way you treat people, and
Yeah.
people like this, you think that you deserve or entitled to whatever. You are the last person who deserves the respect of the people who work there.
A lot of people just need to chill out, and no one's good at it. And then she just lost it. She starts screaming that I was a bitch and needed to be fired. Then she started grabbing clothes off the racks and throwing them on the floor before finally pushing over a mannequin. You're having a tantrum. You're behaving like a child.
Yeah.
At this point, Matt, our security guard, rushed over and grabbed her. Watching that awful woman get dragged out of the store, kicking and screaming, put the biggest smile on my face. Again, that is a tantrum.
Yeah.
You are a child.
I would love to see the security guard just like, go to sleep, go to sleep.
As Matt held her back, I told her she was officially banned from the store, and if she tried to come back, the police would be called. So far, that hasn't happened, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't hope she tries. Watching the police drag her ass out of the store would be the perfect ending to Lorraine's reign of terror. I hope it happens too, and I hope you film it.
Oh, yeah. If you have it, please send it.
Please send a video. All of these people are terrible. I honestly have no idea which person is worse.
I would probably say like the mom who's trying to force the dog to play with the kid.
Yeah, that's
I say
really
it's bad because
weird.
that's like dangerous, you know?
Yeah.
And then I'd probably go with the aunt, the sister.
Yeah, the
you know?
sister needs to calm down.
It's like just because you have a food preference doesn't mean you have to ruin everyone else's day. Those are
Lorraine's a
top two.
nightmare.
Yeah, Lorraine's
Mom
scary.
sucks. Let us know in the comments who you think wins the title of most entitled person.
Or worst person ever.
Worst person ever. Who are we crowning? Worst person ever. That is it for Delve Deck Stories. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, you can like, subscribe, comment, and check out some of our other videos. And if you have a crazy story you would like to share with us, you can go to share.delvedeck.com and we might read it on an episode.